Welcome back to the Pepsi Max 400 at California. Make sure to go to NASCAR.com for all your latest NASCAR information. Let's reset it for you. Kyle Busch is the race leader, our sixth different leader. We've had 7 lead changes. Alongside will be Jimmy Johnson. Kyle's going to take the low line. And it's Jeff Gordon, Mark Martin, Paul Menard up into 5th. Dale Earnhardt Jr. 6th. Newman, Boyer, Denny Hamlin 9th. Matt Kenseth rounds out the top 10. And we're back to green flag racing. Here we go, 3 wide.
Didn't take long.
And 4 wide, even further back. Gordon trying to make it work down low. Johnson gets a great run on the outside. He's going to get back into the lead. Whoa, he gets loose. Newman coming up strong on the inside. Also, Denny Hamlin a little bit further back. There's Hamlin with Tony Stewart in tow.
Well, what a great run Denny Hamlin's made from the back of this pack. Got himself in a position to do extremely well today. Here's a battle for the lead.
Kyle Busch takes a peek, decides better of it. He'll fall back in line. Get ready for him to dive down into 1, though. He's been running that low line. 3 wide back further. There's Tony Stewart going around Hamlin. That's Casey Kane on the high side.
Yeah, looks like Tony's worked on his car and made it a little more racy today. He wasn't very happy with it in practice yesterday.
Going to go 3 wide again. Thought better of it. Casey Kane, number 9, pulls up behind Matt Kenseth. Here comes Hamlin. He wants another piece of the 14, and he's going to get it. He's side by side with him. There's A.J. Allmendinger. First time we've seen him today. Casey Kane on the high side of this, 3 wide again as they come out of 4. Let's get an update on Tony Stewart. Jamie?
Well, they started out way too tight. Then they over-adjusted and made it loose. Now the car is just right. Tony said, this car has come around. I am one happy camper. Dave?
Denny Hamlin's car just a little bit loose right now. Crew Chief Mike Ford told me this morning that we think we have the, if not one of the best cars here today. In practice, it was a matter of learning to work every line, make sure he can go everywhere so he can run where they are not as he comes from the back. Don't forget, he started, there it is, restarted 10th. He started the day on 42nd position, so he made up a lot of spots.
The only people he's going to encounter down there on that apron are ones that having real problems going to the garage or something. So he's definitely running where they're not. But I watched this car yesterday in practice and was very impressed with Denny Hamlin and the way this race team went about making this car better throughout the weekend.
Still side by side with Casey Kane. Right behind is Kevin Harvick as he is trying to tuck up and get back into that battle as well. On board with Kevin Harvick. Things have sort of calmed down, at least for the moment. Battle for second. You got Jeff Gordon and Kyle Busch. You see the margin from first place, Jimmy Johnson on back. Gordon clears by about, a car length and a half. There's Ryan Newman now as he's rebounded well. Let's get an update on the 99 in the garage, Doc.
They were trying to decipher if it was ignition or fuel. Now, they checked the coil and distributor. They do have spark. Now they think it's going to be the fuel pump, so they're going to change the fuel pump and the fuel cable that goes in the back of the car to the front, and hopefully that will fix the problem. But meanwhile, Carl sitting in the garage over under green on the racetrack.
And right now shown in 36th position, and he is in some serious trouble as far as the points are concerned while this race out on the track continues. Side by side, Mark Martin and the 39 of Ryan Newman. Here we go. Got Joey Logano, Sam Hornish, the 19 of Sadler. High side is Dale Earnhardt Jr. Look out, Marcus Ambrose with Jamie McMurray right on his back bumper.
Yeah, it's a difficult situation being there. They all handled that extremely well. You see Dale Jr. really fighting this car. Everybody else has a lot fresher tires than what he does.
Yeah, he's back to 27th position. That's how deep this field is right now with the side-by-side racing. Here we are still 3 abreast further back in the field.
I still don't understand the decision not to put tires on Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s car. That kind of would have been a no-brainer, I would think, the way the tires fall off here.
Let's get an update from pit road, Jamie.
Well, you guys are right. You can imagine the driver wasn't too happy. Dale Earnhardt Jr. kind of going back and forth with Lance McGrew as crew chief, thinking that was the wrong decision to stay out. They thought, hey, we had 6 laps on these tires. But guys, he dropped like a rock, like you said, restarted 6 all the way back, and he continues to fall back. Marty.
Sam Hornish Jr. right in front of him. He is running 27th right now on the racetrack.
There's some tracks you can get away with that, but this is not one of them. Tires fall off way too much during the run to stay out there, even with 6 laps on them.
It's not the way he wants to celebrate his 36th birthday. Here we go. Battle for 9th with Paul Menard, who's had some great runs lately. The 9 of Casey Kane up high. Kevin Harvick trying to follow the 98. And on the right side of your screen, there is Denny Hamlin, along with David Rudiman and A.J. Allmendinger. A nice 5-car freight train.
Yeah, it looks like 2 tires might make work if you don't have a lot of laps on the left side. So Paul Menard in that 98. You see Mark Martin now trying to take that 2nd spot away from Jeff Gordon, and does.
Yeah, I was going to say trying. I think he has.
Hendrick
He's got
cars
it.
1, 2, 3 here.
So Team Hendrick really doing well right at this moment.
It's the 48 here.
In fact, Chevrolet doing real well. They've got the top 4 position with Ryan Newman running in 4th. A Toyota with Kyle Busch in 5th. Bowyer, Kenseth, Stewart, Menard, and Harvick round out your top 10. There is Hendrick Motorsports and Dale Jr. after that decision to stay out. Now he's back to 28th position. It's starting to spread out a little bit amongst that group. And the Roush Fenway team, right now Kenseth is really holding the battle, and there he is coming up on Clint Bowyer, and that is for the 6th spot on the racetrack.
After seeing those teammates have problems, you got to think that 17 teams wait for the other shoe to drop.
Bowyer trying to come back with the momentum. Well, we talked about if you see 1 car have a problem and then all of a sudden 2, what are you thinking? Well, let's listen in on Matt Kenseth radio.
Yeah, I'm down to 230 now that I'm not pushing the motor. I'm under yellow, so I don't know. It just keeps getting hotter when you run hard under green. Kind of has me slightly concerned, I guess. So just want to make sure we're conservative with the 16 having a problem. I mean, I hate to be the guy to say this, but if you think we're going to have a problem all day, you need to think about that before all the 16 guys leave.
Yeah, I mean, it does. You see, like you say, you see those teammates have problems, and it really makes you worry. You know, for Matt Kenseth, he just has a job to do out there. He's just going to race as hard as he can. But sit on that pit box, I can tell you, it'd make you nervous.
Well, Roush and Hendrick have combined for 16 wins in the 20 races here, and Matt has 3 of them. And you see Clint Bowyer with Richard Childress Racing's effort right behind him, and that battle still continues.
Look here.
As we go for the battle for the race lead, and all of a sudden here comes Mark Martin.
He's running him down.
Yeah, Mark's running mostly on that bottom side of the racetrack, and he's making that work extremely well.
You can see the gap he has opened up from Jeff Gordon. It's almost a 1.5 seconds, and here goes Mark to the low side of the track, side by side with the 48.
Yeah, we talk about all these other guys that love these hot, slick racetracks. Don't forget that Mark Martin made his living over the years doing exactly what he's doing today.
There you see the gap, and while these guys continue, I'll point out that there are 31 cars on the lead lap. We can tell you Carl Edwards has come back out onto the racetrack. He is 14 laps down right now, running in 37th position. This is the battle for the race lead.
I'm away from leading the most laps, but I got to lead 7. Let's go get him. We'll get us a couple here.
And I know I said earlier about Jimmy Johnson's car not being that good. And this is what makes them championship caliber like they are, winning 4 championships. Their car was not that good in the practice yesterday, but they're able to take that information that they had through those 2 practice sessions and put it to good use. And this is what you get when you sit down and make all of that happen. A car capable of winning today.
Well, as you can see, the 5 of Mark Martin has gotten around the 48 of Jimmy Johnson. So we're going to have another leader and another lead change here after lap 74 of 200. There's your top 5 at the Pepsi Max 400 at California.
Pepsi Max 400 at California is brought to you by Chevrolet. Every model is backed by a 100,000-mile 5-year powertrain limited warranty. And Affleck, we've got you under our wing.
On a picture-perfect day in Southern California, it has been a very surprising run to the front for the 5 of Mark Martin. fans of the 5-car are all standing up and cheering all around the country because it has been a rough season for the 51-year-old. Right now he is out in front, coming off that 14th place run last week at Kansas, and his lead is now up to 1.2 seconds over perennial California winner Jimmy Johnson. Then you got to drop back even further, 3 seconds, to Jeff Gordon in third. Kyle Busch, Clint Boyer have a sort of close battle going on for 4th and 5th. You see Jeff, and then as you peek back just a little bit further, it's Busch, Boyer, and Matt Kenseth. And there they are coming into the screen, and a good run by Kenseth as he has closed the gap on these two quickly.
Yeah, he found himself back in the pack a little bit there after that restart, but he's got the handling on this thing pretty good and has run these 2 cars down.
We're taking the low line, going to try and go underneath the 18 of Busch. All the way down, right on the line with the right side tire, slides back up, and he is going to get the spot. So move Boyer up to the 4th position. We'll see if Kenseth will try the same maneuver. Got Chevrolet, Toyota, and Ford, and if you're just tuning in at the bottom of the hour, 2 of the Fords of Roush Fenway Racing have had problems. Greg Biffle is out of this race after blowing an engine. Carl Edwards had a problem that put him behind the wall. He is 14 laps down, a fuel issue. He is back out on the track. Here we go with Kenseth taking a peek for 2nd place, or I should say for 5th place, as he gets under Kyle Busch. And he is going to have the spot officially at the line, but here comes Kyle right back on him.
Yeah, Kyle looks like he's struggling with this car a little bit now. He's moved up to the top trying to create some more speed or not slow down any more than he has to, but he's lost a couple of spots. We'll wait this out and work on it a little more.
As you can see, everybody sort of has fallen into single file for right now. Gives us a chance to talk about sprint, bringing you an inside look at the chase for the NASCAR Sprint Cup on the Now Network. Our points leader right now, Jimmy Johnson, and as it stands, Denny Hamlin would fall 62 markers behind. Jeff Gordon would be 63 points behind. Top speed so far of the day by Matt Kenseth, and the number is 204 miles an hour. Yeah, you were talking about Kyle Busch. As we say, more NASCAR stats, in-car audio, and live race radio. Check out NASCAR Sprint Cup Mobile at sprintcup.com/speed. Saw Kyle again up high. With this track temperature the way it is, a lot of the drivers said you would be very difficult to run the low line, but there's your race leader, Mark Martin, doing just that through turns 3 and 4 here at California.